Welcome back to DriveTime. Today, we are not just reviewing a pickup truck. We are dissecting a philosophy. We are analyzing a machine that refuses to adhere to the mundane rules of the automotive industry. In a world where trucks are becoming softer, more car-like, and increasingly detached from the earth they drive on, one vehicle stands stubbornly, proudly, and aggressively apart. That vehicle is the 2027 Jeep Gladiator Rubicon. When Jeep first decided to resurrect the Gladiator nameplate, they weren't just looking to build a midsize truck. They were looking to build a bridge between the iconic Wrangler, the most capable off-road SUV in history, and the utilitarian needs of pickup truck buyers. But they didn't compromise. They didn't soften the edges. They took the soul of the Wrangler, stretched it, gave it a bed, and created a machine that is as comfortable conquering the Rubicon Trail as it is hauling your gear to the campsite. Over the next hour, we are going to leave absolutely no bolt unturned. We will dive into the metallurgy of the frame, the physics of the suspension geometry, the electronic wizardry of the Uconnect 5 system, and the raw, visceral experience of piloting this beast. We are talking about the legendary 3.6-liter Pentastar V6, the indestructible Rock-Trac 4x4 transfer case, the third-generation Dana 44 axles, and the sheer aerodynamic brick-like shape that makes this truck a statement. So, settle in, because this is going to be the most comprehensive breakdown of the 2027 Jeep Gladiator Rubicon you will ever find. To truly understand the 2027 Gladiator Rubicon, we have to take a quick trip back in time. The name Gladiator first appeared in the 1960s, a full-size pickup built by Kaiser Jeep. But the spiritual ancestor of this truck is the CJ8 Scrambler of the 1980s, a long-wheelbase variant of the CJ7 that featured a half-cab and a pickup bed. That vehicle was beloved by off-roaders for its versatility, but it was ahead of its time. Fast forward to the modern era, and Jeep realized that there was a massive gap in the market. People wanted the open-air freedom of a Wrangler, but they also wanted the utility of a truck bed. They wanted to be able to tow a boat on the weekend, remove the doors on a sunny Tuesday, and then climb a mountainside on Wednesday. That is a tall order for any vehicle. But Jeep, being Jeep, didn't take the easy way out. They didn't just slap a bed on a Wrangler Unlimited. They stretched the wheelbase by nearly 20 inches over the two-door Wrangler. They reinforced the frame with high-strength steel, and they tuned the suspension to handle the weight of cargo. The result is a truck that shares approximately 70% of its components with the Wrangler JL, but the 30% that is unique is what makes it a true pickup. The 2027 model year brings further refinements, building on the lessons learned since the Gladiator's reintroduction, ensuring that this truck is more capable, more comfortable, and more technologically advanced than ever before. Let's start our walk around at the very front of the 2027 Jeep Gladiator Rubicon. What you are looking at is arguably the most recognizable face in automotive history. The 7-slot grille is not just a design element, it is a heritage mark that traces its roots back to the Willys MB of World War II. For the 2027 model year, Jeep has given this grille a subtle but significant update. The surrounds are now body color, which gives the Rubicon a more upscale, premium appearance compared to the matte black finishes found on lower trims. This is a deliberate move by Jeep to visually separate the top-tier Rubicon from the rest of the lineup. The grille slots are wider and more trapezoidal, allowing for increased airflow to the cooling system, a crucial consideration when you are crawling at low speeds in the desert with the air conditioning blasting. Flanking this iconic grille are the full LED headlights. These aren't just halogen bulbs with a fancy housing, they are advanced projector beam LEDs that produce a crisp, focused beam pattern. The LED daytime running lights form a subtle halo around the main projector, giving the truck a menacing, modern stare. Below the headlights, integrated into the heavy-duty steel front bumper, are the fog lights. But let's talk about those bright red tow hooks. There are two of them up front, and they are mounted directly to the frame rails. They aren't there for decoration. They are forged steel, rated for the full gross vehicle weight of the truck, ensuring that if you need a recovery, the hooks won't shear off. Moving to the profile, the length of this truck is staggering. At just over 220 inches long, it is longer than some full-size trucks from a decade ago. The wheelbase stretches to 137.3 inches, which is critical for stability. That long wheelbase allows for a smoother ride on the highway and prevents the truck from teeter-tottering over steep crests on the trail. The short front and rear overhangs are a testament to Jeep's dedication to off-road geometry, maximizing those approach and departure angles. The fender flares are aggressively flared, made of body-colored high-strength plastic that is resistant to rock chips. They provide ample clearance for those massive 33-inch tires. And let's not forget the integrated antenna. Jeep has moved the traditional steel mast antenna into the Gorilla Glass windshield. This stealth antenna improves aerodynamics, reduces wind noise, and gives the roof a cleaner look, especially important if you intend to remove the roof panels. At the rear, the tailgate is made of aluminum to save weight, but the bed itself is constructed of high-strength steel with 4 internal crossmembers reinforcing the load floor, ready to handle serious payload. Now, let's pop the hood and discuss the beating heart of this machine. Under the aluminum hood of the 2027 Gladiator Rubicon sits the legendary 3.6-liter Pentastar V6, internally designated as the E9 series. Now, I know there is a lot of chatter online about this engine being old or dated. But let me tell you something, there is a reason this engine is still here. It is because it is bulletproof. It is a naturally aspirated, direct injection V6 with a 60-degree V-angle. The 60-degree configuration allows for perfect primary and secondary balance, meaning it is inherently smoother than a 90-degree V8 or a 4-cylinder engine. It produces 285 horsepower at 6,400 revolutions per minute and 260 pound-feet of torque at 4,800 revolutions per minute. But those peak numbers don't tell the whole story. The real magic lies in the torque curve. Through the use of dual independent variable valve timing on both the intake and exhaust camshafts, this engine is able to maintain 90% of its peak torque from just 2,000 revolutions per minute all the way to 6,000 revolutions per minute. That is a flat, usable torque band that is essential for rock crawling. You don't need to rev the engine to the moon to get the wheels moving, you just let the torque do the work. The compression ratio sits at 11.3 to 1, which is relatively high for a truck engine, allowing for efficient combustion and reasonable highway fuel economy. Mated to this engine is the 8-speed 850RE automatic transmission. This transmission is a technical marvel. It has a wide spread of gear ratios, with a very low first gear for off-the-line torque and a tall overdrive 8th gear for fuel-sipping highway cruising. The transmission control unit is incredibly smart. It learns your driving style, holds gears in corners to prevent hunting, and downshifts aggressively when you are descending steep grades. For those purists out there, Jeep still offers the 6-speed manual transmission. This is a heavy-duty unit designed to handle the torque of the V6. It features a dual-mass flywheel to dampen vibrations and a hydraulic clutch that offers a progressive, easy-to-modulate take-up. Whether you choose the manual or the automatic, you are getting a powertrain that prioritizes durability and linear power delivery over peaky, high-strung performance. However, an engine is just a paperweight without a proper means to deliver that power to the ground. This is where the 2027 Jeep Gladiator Rubicon leaves the competition in the dust. The Gladiator Rubicon comes equipped with the legendary Rock-Trac 4x4 system. This is not an all-wheel drive system designed for rain-soaked highways, this is a purpose-built, heavy-duty transfer case designed for extreme off-road use. The centerpiece of this system is the 2-speed transfer case, which features a 4:1 low-range gear reduction. What does that mean? It means that when you shift into 4LO, the engine's torque is multiplied by a factor of 4 before it even reaches the axles. This provides insane torque multiplication, allowing you to idle over boulders without touching the accelerator pedal. The transfer case is engaged via a heavy-duty lever on the center console. You don't press a button or turn a dial, you physically move the shifter, feeling the mechanical engagement of the gears. The front and rear axles are third-generation Dana 44 units. These are not the weak Dana 30s or 35s found in lesser vehicles. These are heavy-duty axles with larger ring and pinion gears, thicker axle tubes, and bigger splines. The axle ratio is 4.10 to 1, which is the perfect balance between off-road crawlability and on-road drivability. Combined with the 4 to 1 low range, this results in a crawl ratio of 84.2 to 1 with the manual transmission and 77.2 to 1 with the automatic. To put that into perspective, most off-road trucks are lucky to see a 40 to 1 crawl ratio. The Rubicon gives you nearly double that. The system also features Tru-Lock locking differentials on both the front and rear axles. When you activate these, the differential locks the axles together, forcing both wheels on that axle to spin at the exact same speed. This ensures that if one wheel is in the air, the wheel on the ground still receives 100% of the torque, propelling you forward. The third critical component of this system is the electronic front sway bar disconnect. At the push of a button, the front sway bar is decoupled, allowing the front suspension to articulate independently. This increases the flexibility of the front axle, keeping all 4 tires planted on the trail, even when the terrain is severely undulating. Let's go deeper into the undercarriage and talk about the suspension. The 2027 Gladiator Rubicon rides on a finely engineered 5-link suspension system both at the front and the rear. This is a coil spring setup, which is superior to leaf springs for off-road articulation. The 5-link configuration allows the axle to move vertically while keeping the caster and pinion angles in check. The links are made of high-strength steel and are mounted on large, rubber-isolated bushings that absorb road imperfections. The front suspension features a track bar to keep the axle centered under the vehicle, while the rear suspension also features a track bar and control arms that are angled to resist axle wrap, a common issue in high-torque off-road vehicles. Damping these movements are a set of specialized Fox 2.0 performance shocks. These are not your standard off-the-shelf shocks. They are tuned specifically for the Gladiator's weight distribution and off-road demands. They feature a remote reservoir that separates the shock oil from the nitrogen gas, preventing aeration and ensuring consistent damping performance even when the shocks are working hard over washboard roads. The valving is tuned for a digressive damping curve. This means the shocks offer firm compression damping for the initial shock of a bump to prevent bottoming out, while offering softer, more supple damping for smaller road imperfections. The result is a ride that is firm and controlled on the highway, yet remarkably plush and capable on the rocks. The chassis itself is a hydroformed high-strength steel frame. Hydroforming allows for complex shapes that increase structural rigidity while reducing weight. This frame is designed to withstand the massive torsional forces encountered when wheeling. It has to be strong enough to support the payload, tow up to 7,000 pounds, and handle the twisting of the axles over uneven terrain without flexing excessively. This rigidity ensures that the doors and roof panels don't bind when you are off camber. Let's talk numbers. In the off-road world, geometry is king. You can have all the torque in the world, but if your approach angle is terrible, you will beat your truck on the first obstacle. The 2027 Jeep Gladiator Rubicon boasts a phenomenal 43.4 degrees of approach angle. This is the angle between the ground and a line drawn from the front tire contact patch to the lowest hanging component at the front of the truck. Because the front bumper is tucked high and tight to the frame, you can drive up vertical walls of rock without scraping the nose. Next is the breakover angle, which measures the ability to go over the crest of a hill without the center of the truck getting high-centered. At 20.3 degrees, the long 137-inch wheelbase does limit this slightly compared to a two-door Wrangler, but it is still among the best in the mid-size truck segment. The departure angle is measured at 26 degrees, thanks to the tucked-in rear bumper. This is critical for descending steep trails where the rear bumper often digs into the dirt. Then we have the ground clearance. With 11.1 inches of clearance between the differentials and the ground, you can clear massive rocks and ruts without worrying about damaging the undercarriage. This is complemented by 3 steel skid plates protecting the transfer case, the fuel tank, and the transmission oil pan. Finally, we have the water fording depth. At 31.5 inches, nearly 3 feet, you can cross deep streams and rivers. This is made possible by the strategic placement of the engine air intake, the fully sealed electrical connectors, and a differential breather tube that is routed high up into the engine bay. You aren't just driving around puddles, you are conquering rivers. Let's step inside the cabin of the 2027 Jeep Gladiator Rubicon. Right away, you are greeted by the massive 12.3-inch Uconnect 5 touchscreen that dominates the center stack. This display is crisp, vibrant, and features a resolution that makes maps and cameras look crystal clear. Under the hood of this screen is a powerful processor that ensures zero lag. Startup times are measured in milliseconds. The system supports wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, meaning your phone connects seamlessly as soon as you sit down. The Uconnect 5 software is highly customizable. You can arrange the home screen with your favorite apps, create driver profiles, and even control the vehicle's off-road features directly from the screen. The off-road pages are particularly impressive. They display real-time information such as pitch, roll, altitude, GPS coordinates, and water temperature. You can also see the angle of the steering wheel and the status of your lockers. But the tech does not stop there. Jeep has integrated a 7-microphone array into the headliner. This isn't just for phone calls, it enhances the voice recognition capabilities of the system. Even with the roof panels removed and wind noise howling, these microphones can isolate your voice and execute commands. It uses beamforming technology to cancel out background noise. Now, for the tactile lovers, and I know you are out there, Jeep has thankfully retained physical controls for the climate system. You get real knobs for temperature, fan speed, and airflow direction. You get a physical volume knob and tuning knob for the radio. This is a brilliant decision because it allows you to adjust the cabin temperature or mute the music without taking your eyes off the trail. The seating surfaces are adorned with premium leather, featuring Rubicon-specific stitching. The front seats are 12-way power adjustable, including power lumbar support, and they are heated. The rear seats are a 60-40 split folding bench. They fold flat to reveal a hidden storage compartment, perfect for stashing recovery gear or a first aid kit. But perhaps the most defining interior feature is the washout capability. The carpet is removable, and the floor pan features integrated drain plugs. If you get mud, dirt, or even spilled coffee inside, you can simply pull the plugs and hose it out. The wiring looms are protected against moisture, and the seat foam is encapsulated in a waterproof membrane. Let's talk about your soundtrack. Whether you are playing rock music or listening to the rocks hitting your skid plates, the 2027 Gladiator Rubicon has you covered. The available Alpine Premium audio system features 9 speakers strategically placed throughout the cabin. This includes a 552-watt amplifier that drives a 10-inch subwoofer located in the rear cargo area. The system features a speed-compensated volume adjustment, so as you drive faster and road noise increases, the music volume automatically increases to compensate. The soundstage is meticulously tuned to account for the open-air driving experience. Even with the doors and roof removed, the system can push clear, distortion-free audio. Then we have the front trail camera system. This is a game-changer for off-road visibility. The camera is hidden behind the center slot of the iconic 7-slot grille. It provides a wide-angle, high-definition view of the terrain directly in front of the front wheels. This is incredibly useful when you are cresting a steep hill and the sky is all you can see. By activating the camera view on the 12.3-inch screen, you can see exactly what the tires are about to climb over. The camera has a washer nozzle built in, so if it gets splattered with mud, you can simply spray it clean from inside the cabin. The system also includes Jeep Adventure guides featuring trails off-road. This is not just a simple navigation app. It is a comprehensive trail database containing detailed guides for the 62 Jeep Badge of Honor trails, complete with difficulty ratings, elevation profiles, and waypoints. You can even download the maps offline, so if you are in a remote area without cellular service, you will not get lost. Now, we have to address the elephant in the room. How does a solid axle, body-on-frame off-road beast drive on the pavement? The honest answer is, surprisingly well. The 2027 Jeep Gladiator Rubicon features a recirculating ball steering setup. This is an older steering design, traditionally found in trucks and SUVs. It is not as precise as rack and pinion steering, but it is far more durable. It can handle the massive forces exerted on the steering linkage when you are turning with the differentials locked. The steering has a nice, heavy weight to it that communicates the road surface to your hands. There is a slight on-center dead spot, which is characteristic of this design, but it prevents the wheel from jerking violently when you hit a pothole. The multi-link coil suspension and Fox shocks do a remarkable job of absorbing road imperfections. It is a firm ride, no doubt about it. You will feel expansion joints and bumps. But it is not jarring or uncomfortable. The shocks effectively manage body roll during cornering. The center of gravity is high, so you will feel lateral movement in sharp turns, but the suspension geometry keeps the tires planted. The four-wheel disc brakes provide solid stopping power. The brake pedal has a linear feel, making it easy to modulate. The towing and hauling capabilities also contribute to the on-road stability. The brakes are equipped with a trailer sway control system that automatically applies individual brakes if the trailer starts to sway. The engine and transmission combination, especially the 850RE automatic, makes the Gladiator a relaxed highway cruiser. The 8th gear overdrive keeps the RPM low, enhancing fuel economy and reducing engine noise. The cabin is surprisingly quiet for a vehicle with removable roof panels, thanks to upgraded sound-deadening materials in the headliner and floor pan. Let's talk about utility because, at its core, this is a pickup truck. The Gladiator Rubicon offers a maximum payload capacity of up to 1,725 pounds. This is best in class for midsize 4x4 trucks. What does that mean for you? It means you can load the bed with gravel, plywood, or an entire camping setup without worrying about squatting the rear suspension. The payload capacity is partly due to the robust leaf spring rear suspension setup in some configurations, although the Rubicon prioritizes the 5-link coil setup for articulation. The bed itself is 5 feet long, which is slightly shorter than the Ford Ranger or Toyota Tacoma. However, the bed is wide enough to fit a standard 4x8 sheet of plywood flat between the wheel arches. The tailgate is damped, meaning it does not just drop with a loud bang. It lowers smoothly and gently. It can support up to 450 pounds of static weight, allowing you to sit on the tailgate comfortably. There are integrated tie-down loops on the floor, sides, and the corners of the bed. These are rated to handle high-tension loads, securing your cargo tightly. When it comes to towing, the Gladiator Rubicon is rated to pull up to 7,000 pounds when properly equipped with the Class 4 hitch receiver. This means you can tow a medium-sized travel trailer, a couple of jet skis, or a car hauler. The 4.10 axle ratio helps tremendously with towing, providing the mechanical advantage needed to get a heavy load moving from a standstill. The transmission features a tow/haul mode that changes shift points, holding gears longer to keep the engine in the power band and providing engine braking. For the 2027 model year, Jeep is offering a special tribute package called the Sarge Edition. This is not just a few stickers and a badge, it is a carefully curated homage to the 1941 Willys MB, the original military workhorse that put Jeep on the map. The Sarge Edition is available on the Rubicon trim, and it introduces an exclusive 41 green paint color. This is not a modern glossy green, it is a flat, matte-inspired military green that evokes the spirit of World War II. The hood features a vintage-inspired retro decal, reminiscent of the markings seen on military Jeeps. The doors are adorned with a military star graphic. The grille surround is offered in either the 41 green or bright white, mimicking the look of the early service Jeeps. The most striking exterior detail, however, are the bronze tow hooks. The front and rear tow hooks are finished in a rugged bronze, contrasting beautifully with the green paint. Moving inside, the Sarge Edition gets a unique interior color combo. The seats are upholstered in cattle tan Napa leather, a rich, brown, weathered leather that looks like it belongs in a classic aircraft. This is paired with drab green accents on the instrument cluster, the door armrests, and the center console. The stitching on the seats and steering wheel is also in this drab green. The aesthetic is classic, rugged, and incredibly unique. It is a $500 premium over the standard Rubicon, but for that money, you get a vehicle that stands out in a sea of gray and black trucks. It is a collector's item in the making. You cannot talk about the Gladiator Rubicon without stacking it up against its rivals. Let's start with the Ford Ranger Raptor. The Raptor has a twin-turbo V6 producing over 400 horsepower. It is faster in a straight line. However, the Raptor uses independent front suspension. While Ford suspension is incredibly advanced, it simply cannot match the solid front axle of the Gladiator for ultimate articulation and durability in rock crawling. The Raptor is a desert runner, the Gladiator is a rock climber. Next is the Toyota Tacoma TRD Pro. The Tacoma is legendary for its reliability. The new generation has a turbocharged 4-cylinder engine, which produces good torque, but it lacks the linear, naturally aspirated smoothness of the Pentastar V6. The Tacoma's interior, while improved, still feels a generation behind the Uconnect 5 system. It also offers a manual transmission, but not with the same low-range gearing. The biggest difference, however, is the open-air freedom. You can't take the roof or doors off a Tacoma. Finally, the Chevrolet Colorado ZR2. The ZR2 is a fantastic off-roader with its Multimatic DSSV dampers. The suspension is incredibly plush at speed. However, the ZR2 also relies on independent front suspension. It has locking differentials, but it lacks the front solid axle and the massive aftermarket support of the Jeep. Ultimately, the Gladiator Rubicon wins in 3 distinct pillars: the front and rear solid axles, the removable doors and roof, and the massive aftermarket ecosystem. It is a niche vehicle, but within that niche, it has no equal. One of the most compelling reasons to buy a Gladiator is the aftermarket support. The Wrangler and Gladiator have one of the largest, most enthusiastic aftermarket communities in the automotive world. The 2027 Gladiator Rubicon comes from the factory with 4 auxiliary switches pre-wired into the dashboard. These are not just dummy switches, they are connected to a bank of relays under the hood. You can wire your aftermarket lights, winch, air compressor, or lockers directly to these switches, avoiding the headache of splicing into the factory wiring harness. The mounting points for front bumpers, rear bumpers, and sliders are standardized. Almost every off-road brand makes a winch-compatible steel bumper specifically for the Gladiator. You can fit up to 37-inch tires with a 2.5-inch lift, which transforms the look and capability of the truck. There are overlanding racks that mount to the bed, rooftop tents, and even pop-up campers designed specifically for the Gladiator's short bed. The Mopar catalog offers everything from performance exhausts to cold air intakes and lift kits that keep the vehicle under warranty. This ecosystem means that your Gladiator can evolve with you. You can start with a stock Rubicon and over the years, transform it into a dedicated rock crawler, a desert pre-runner, or a luxury overlanding rig. Let's talk about the nuts and bolts, the build quality. The 2027 Gladiator Rubicon is assembled at the Toledo South Assembly Plant in Ohio, where they have been building Jeeps for decades. The frame is a hydroformed steel ladder frame. Hydroforming uses high-pressure hydraulic fluid to shape the steel into complex, hollow shapes. This process strengthens the metal while reducing weight because there are no welded seams in the frame's main rails. The body panels are predominantly aluminum: the hood, doors, windshield frame, and tailgate. Aluminum doesn't rust, which is crucial for those who live in the Rust Belt. The Gorilla Glass windshield is engineered to withstand cracks and chips from flying rocks. It is chemically strengthened to be more impact-resistant than standard automotive glass. The electrical systems are protected with sealed connectors designed to withstand the vibrations and moisture exposure of off-road driving. The Pentastar V6 has a long service history, known for crossing the 200,000-mile mark with basic maintenance. The 850RE transmission has been refined over years of use in Ram trucks and Jeep Wranglers, and it is considered one of the most reliable automatic transmissions on the market. While the Gladiator isn't the quietest or most refined truck, it is built to last. It is built to take abuse and keep coming back for more. We have to address the elephant in the room regarding electrification. Jeep has successfully rolled out the 4xe plug-in hybrid powertrain across the Wrangler lineup, combining a turbocharged 2.0-liter engine with electric motors for incredible torque. There was massive speculation that the Gladiator would receive this 4xe treatment for 2027. However, recent industry reports and internal Stellantis communications suggest that the Gladiator 4xe has been postponed or potentially cancelled for the North American market due to battery supply constraints and the challenges of packaging the battery pack in the shorter frame. While this is disappointing news for those hoping for an electrified pickup, it also means that the 3.6-liter Pentastar V6 will continue to be the only engine option for the foreseeable future. Is that a bad thing? Absolutely not. The V6 is proven. It is reliable. It sounds fantastic with the right exhaust. It offers the linear throttle response that off-roaders prefer. While a 4xe would have been quicker and more fuel efficient, the V6 version is simpler, lighter, and cheaper to maintain. It is a powertrain that suits the rugged, no-nonsense personality of the Gladiator. Let's talk about the price tag. The 2027 Jeep Gladiator Rubicon is expected to start in the range of $52,000 to $55,000. When you start adding options like the Sarge Edition, the premium audio, the cold weather package, and the automatic transmission, the out-the-door price can easily climb into the $60,000 to $65,000 range. This is premium money. It puts the Gladiator Rubicon at the very top of the midsize truck segment. For comparison, a fully loaded Tacoma TRD Pro is slightly cheaper. A ZR2 is slightly cheaper. But as I mentioned before, you are not paying for a bargain. You are paying for the ability to remove your doors. You are paying for a factory front sway bar disconnect. You are paying for solid front and rear axles. You are paying for the engineering that goes into a 77:1 crawl ratio. You are paying for the badge, the heritage, and the unmatched off-road capability. Furthermore, we have to consider the residual value. The Jeep Wrangler has consistently been at the top of the Kelley Blue Book resale value rankings for years. The Gladiator is following a similar trajectory. It holds its value incredibly well due to its niche status and high demand. So while the initial hit to your wallet is heavy, you can rest assured that you will recoup a significant percentage of that money when you decide to sell it or trade it in. It is an investment in a lifestyle. So, who is the 2027 Jeep Gladiator Rubicon actually for? First and foremost, it is for the serious off-roader. The guy or girl who doesn't just drive on dirt roads but seeks out the hardest trails. The person who knows what a transfer case is and how to use it. The person who wants to tackle the Rubicon Trail, Moab, or the Baja Peninsula. Secondly, it is for the Overlander. The adventure seeker who wants to combine off-road capability with camping. The Gladiator's bed can carry a rooftop tent, cooking gear, and water supplies, while its off-road chops can get you to those secluded campsites miles away from civilization. Thirdly, it is for the Jeep lifestyle enthusiast. The person who waves to other Jeeps, who goes to Jeep meetups, who loves the community. The person who will spend weekends installing lift kits and light bars. And finally, it is for the individualist. The person who looks at a sea of generic crossover SUVs and forgettable pickup trucks and wants something different. Something that makes a bold statement. The Gladiator Rubicon is a polarizing vehicle. You either love it or you don't understand it. And that is exactly the point. To truly understand the Gladiator, you have to understand the sensory experience. It isn't just about getting from point A to point B. It is about the journey. When you fire up that V6, there is a deep, guttural rumble that resonates through the frame. It is not a loud, obnoxious roar, but a purposeful hum that tells you there is a V6 under the hood. If you opt for the manual transmission, the shift action is notchy and mechanical. You feel the gears engaging through the shifter. It requires deliberate effort, reminding you that you are driving a machine, not an appliance. When you engage 4LO on the trail, you hear the clunk of the transfer case engaging. The steering gets heavier as the wheels start to turn at a fraction of their normal speed. You can feel the articulation of the suspension as the truck teeters over rocks. The body leans, the shocks compress, and you feel the weight transfer. It is a visceral, connected feeling that you simply do not get in a modern, over-assisted vehicle. When you take the roof panels off, the wind rushes over your head. You hear the tires crunching over the terrain. You smell the dust and the pine trees. The Gladiator engages all 5 senses, creating a driving experience that is raw, genuine, and utterly addictive. It doesn't isolate you from the environment, it immerses you in it. Before we wrap up, let's recap the essential technical specifications. Engine, 3.6-liter Pentastar V6, producing 285 horsepower and 260 pound-feet of torque. Transmission, 6-speed manual or 8-speed automatic. Drivetrain, Rock-Trac part-time 4x4 with a 4:1 low-range transfer case. Axles, 3rd generation Dana 44 front and rear with a 4.10 gear ratio. Crawl ratio, 84.2 to 1 manual, 77.2 to 1 automatic. Approach angle, 43.4 degrees. Departure angle, 26.0 degrees. Breakover angle, 20.3 degrees. Ground clearance, 11.1 inches. Water fording depth, 31.5 inches. Towing capacity, up to 7,000 pounds. Payload capacity, up to 1,725 pounds. Infotainment, 12.3-inch Uconnect 5 with wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. Audio, Alpine 552 watt with 9 speakers and a subwoofer. Weight, approximately 5,082 pounds curb weight. These numbers are not just statistics, they are the reason this truck is considered the king of the midsize off-road segment. So, here we are at the end of our journey with the 2027 Jeep Gladiator Rubicon. It is a truck of extremes. It is incredibly capable off-road, but that capability comes with compromises on the road. It is expensive, but it holds its value. It is rugged and utilitarian, but it has a premium interior with a massive touchscreen. It is a niche vehicle, but within that niche, it has no peer. It is not the rational choice. A mid-size sedan is a rational choice. A crossover SUV is a rational choice. The Gladiator Rubicon is an emotional choice. It is a choice made by someone who values adventure over convenience. Who values capability over comfort. Who values individuality over conformity. It is a vehicle that will take you places you never thought possible. It will create memories that will last a lifetime. It will break, it will get dirty, and it will require maintenance, but every scratch and every dent is a story. If you are looking for a vehicle that makes you smile every time you walk into the garage, if you want to chase the horizon, and if you believe that the best adventures are the ones that take you off the beaten path, then the 2027 Jeep Gladiator Rubicon is waiting for you. This is DriveTime. Thank you for watching. Stay wild, stay adventurous, and we will see you on the next one.